Pat Thompson. I'm public health nurse for Marshall County, and I'm glad to be here again. As we know, the COVID-19 experience is still going on. You know, we are in a pandemic. It's worldwide. That means there's no escaping it, is what I want to say. And also, we need to stay home and do all those things that we should do to help protect each other from the virus. One thing that I am tired of saying it too. The social distancing, though, is absolutely the most important thing that you can do. Absolutely the most important thing. It's all about location, location, location. And if you aren't interested in social distancing, we really need to, we all need to respect that other people are aware of it and do need that. So it's here to stay for a while, and we're not done yet, is what I want to say. So when you go to the grocery store, remember that just one person goes. It's not a family affair. You go in, you get your necessities that you need. You know, sounds like the same thing, but you know, the things that you need, and then go home and take care of that. We don't, you know, it's not shopping anymore. We're not shopping. We are getting necessities in the world. If you go to the store, I'd wear a mask, or if you leave the house, other than your own yard without other people in it, you need to wear a mask. That's how you protect each other and yourself. And one thing I learned, and maybe I said this last week, so please forgive me, but I learned that the little mucous membranes in our nose and mouth are like little magnets to the virus, and so by wearing a mask, you're actually helping to keep it away. The masks that we use, unless they're an N95 or one particularly made for viruses, will not keep out all viruses, so don't think that, but it stops some of the spread of our own, for one thing, and some from coming through. I saw in the news where someone was doing a demonstration with a cloth mask, and they sprayed something through it, and it got it wet. Well, I'm not sure things didn't get through that anyway, you know, so is that a true experiment? I'm not positive, but the idea is to wear a dry mask and keep it on when you're out in public or around other people, plus the social distancing, keeping yourself 6 feet away. You know, we've learned to communicate fairly well with that. I can actually, you know, I'm a kind of a person who enjoys you know, touching someone or shaking their hand, and that just doesn't happen anymore right now anyway. And I've learned to enjoy that 6 foot distance and can still have a lot of fun without being really close to people. We do know that in grocery stores, some or in any place that you shop or get necessities, right, that there are pathways where they're having people go down like it's like a one-way. And that's to avoid having to pass each other. And sometimes I'm guilty of that myself, thinking, well, you know, we're just going to keep on going. But I know that I need to and will respect the one-way paths, and also the fact that someone may be in an aisle and contemplating what they're going to buy, like I like to do, and respect that and go around a different direction or go back to that aisle at another time. So it's called just taking care of each other that way. You know, hand washing is still very, very important. Wash frequently. We know that soap and water is still as effective at you know, washing off germs or viruses. You know, the 20 seconds under running water is really what helps. But if you can't have soap and water handy, then a gel will work, so that we don't have to feel like we have to spend all our money and spend all of our time looking for that kind of a product. Use soap and water. Be sure not to touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Let's see what else. Also, here, Craig and I were just talking about this, that, you know, it's great weather outside, so how do we keep each other entertained? How do we get past the only conversation we know how to have is about coronavirus? And believe me, that's all I can talk about. And it's not much fun. Someday, we look forward to the day when that will not be our first topic of conversation. But anyway, until then, that's what we know, because it's kind of difficult to make plans. So with this nice weather in particular, we want to kind of gather on the deck and do some grilling or that type of thing. And that's all fun and good, and that's great to do that. But this is when you need to, like as Craig said that, you know, use your media, your phone, your iPads, that type of thing, and use Skype and Zoom and those types of services that can bring you together. This seems to work pretty good, and we're kind of getting used to it, aren't we? You know, I mean, we can see people, much to my dismay sometimes, but anyway, we can see people and still enjoy the conversations. So what I want to say is, when we have this urge to have a barbecue and invite people over, don't do it. Okay, don't do it. Do the social distancing still. We're talking any family members, those types of things, only your own household is at that barbecue at that location, and try to catch other people barbecuing in their own place, you know, and enjoying each other that way. I know that actually many people do get their games going where they're doing computer games or whatever they're called. I'm not really that type of person, but people do it all the time and have parties that way. And actually, I think there's, in many ways, some more communication and more gatherings by that means of people that wouldn't normally get together every Friday for that, a family, or every 2 weeks with family to do that. In real life, we were probably running around too busy to actually connect with family the same way. So this, I think people are actually coming together more, and that's good. It's very good. And it kind of supports each other, and so however you get enjoyment from that, that's something to consider. Puzzles, maybe you're tired of doing puzzles by this time, and certainly people have done lots of creative artwork and doing their music, which is great and enjoyable, and you know, it really is, and that people get to be creative with that and share it with other people, and you know, if they're, you know, go put it out there, as long as it's within the laws of the world, I should say. Anyway, socially acceptable, how's that? Put that out there and see how many likes you get to it, because people enjoy that, and they're always looking to. I know that there's lots of cat and dogs on the internet, on social media, and they do bring us joy, don't they? And that's this time of year, it's easy to walk your dog. Hard to walk a cat, we know that. But anyway, walk your dog and get out and keep your distance on the trails. You know, step aside so people can go past you without keeping social distance, because believe me, like I said, location is the real trigger for this. Okay, we know that the virus is not absorbed through skin. It's through the mucous membranes of your eyes, nose, and mouth. So keep your hands away from your face, and guess what? I'm learning to do that also. You know, try to have a routine to your day. If you're working from home, you know, get up and do your normal routine for preparing for work. Anyway, try to keep your day into a routine. Now, I realize that some routine is just going on, but that's part of getting us up in the morning, getting us dressed, helping, you know, getting a nice breakfast, do your coffee thing, sit on the deck. Make sure that you're working on maintaining good health through a proper diet, which I'm working on that better. 2 weeks ago, I was cleaning out everything in the cupboards. If there was a marshmallow left, I kid you not, a dried cranberry, anything, ice cream's gone, all the freezer, you know, all those types of things. And finally, I'm at a point where that stuff's gone, and now I'm eating a little bit better. People do have to cough. It's not illegal, but remember to cover your cough also, and then use hand sanitizer like I just did when you're done. With any sneezes or coughs. Keep your routine going. So actually my diet is improving. You know, sometimes you think today's the day, I'm going to do everything the right way, and it doesn't. So I decided actually eating healthy was a good start. And then 2 weeks ago I started actually walking my dog again, which I had not been doing that. So in nice weather I'm getting my dogs out, and that's very helpful. And it's during a time when not many people are out, so that's helpful. And it's also good for mental health to be physically active, very, very much so. And as we get older too, our balance is not as, we lose muscle strength actually in our hips and back, you know, our core and our hips and glutes. And so we need to keep strengthening and moving and doing exercises to keep those up, even in these times of not getting the same exercise, because I'm used to actually doing lots of stairs. When I was at the hospital, I did stairs all the time and parked my car far away because it's good for me. And now I have basement stairs, one flight, but you know, I need more exercise than what I was getting. So it feels good. So you need to do the same thing, because that keeps us more mentally and physically healthy, and that's what it's all about. So remember to, I have another remember. Remember to find your joy, find your peace, find your spirituality that that we all need at this time, and know and reach out to people that that you may be thinking of, even if you think, oh, no big deal. It is a big deal. It is a big deal. And I guess I want to say too, thank you to all the people who have sent me text messages and cards in the mail and postcards that have just been a great part of my day, and I appreciate them so much. And phone calls. I've just had lots of support, as we all need, and as we all actually we all deserve. We all need this, getting through this, but I've had lots of support also through the years, and particularly now. So I want you to find the same thing, because it's good for our souls. So be kind, be patient. Like I said, find your joy and peace. And until next time, thank you. Bye-bye.